go get Mickey.
Hello, Disney friends. It is I, Sam, from Sam's Disney Diary. That is the blue-haired blogger himself, Greg, from Fantasyland News. It is Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. And Greg, that's Mickey that's over there. It's a talking Mickey that you have there. What is this?
It certainly does talk, Sam. That's for sure. Hey, man, how are you? Long time no see.
I know we missed last week. We apologize for that. We had lots of things going on. We're back this week with 2 weeks worth of content, which means we had lots to talk about, dude.
We got a lot to talk about. You know what I should have done, Sam? Is written it all down. And then I'm like, oh, right, we were talking about it. I forgot to write it all down. But look, there is, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Disneyland 70th. That's a big thing. We're going to talk about Talking Mickey Popcorn Bucket. We're going to talk about the brand new nighttime parade has finally come to Walt Disney World with Disney Starlight. Dream the night away, my friend. Not only that, we're going to talk about Walt Disney Studio was announced for Hollywood Studios. Massive breaking news. And then we're going to talk about everything else that has happened here at Walt Disney World in the past 2 weeks. And Sam, maybe next time I'll write it down.
It's a lot going on. All that and more coming up. Stick with us. We'll be right back. All right, Greg, I think we have everything situated and we can jump right into this. Let's start with
this. Sam, can we talk about Pickle Fest? Picklesburg.
Picklesburg. Yeah, I went to Picklesburg last weekend. If you're a Yinzer, you know what we're talking about. It's the Pickle Festival that happens in Pittsburgh every summer, and it gets bigger and bigger every year, and it's awesome.
Dude, I before we went on, somebody put up a reel of all the pickle stuff you could buy. It was like chocolate covered pickles, which I was little skeeved out by.
Yeah.
The pickle drinks, the pickled cover other stuff, the hot pickles, man. Do I have some,
it gets bigger every year
on the way? You're gonna bring some pickles down?
We'll get pickles down there. In fact, one of the things I wanted to talk about was a pickle corn dog over at Blue Ribbon Corn Dog at the Boardwalk, because you posted something about a new corn dog that I completely forgot to put in the notes here, which was a banana Nutella corn dog happening over there. Is that right?
Yeah. And not only that, but they didn't even have it on opening day. So there you go. Let's not talk about that. Moving on to Disneyland.
Is it a deep fried banana, or is it still a dog? What is it exactly?
It is a banana, which they apparently did not get the bananas in, nor had the Nutella. And I was like, man, you could literally go to the Boardwalk marketplace and go buy bananas and Nutella
Yeah,
at
they're
the
both in there.
marketplace.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
All right, let's move on. Let's start with July the 17th, 2025, which was the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. They had a big, look, they're celebrating this for 18 months, of course. On the day of the birthday, they had a huge moment with Bob Iger and others. I'm going to mute this. I don't think we need to listen to it, but it is.
they
And
had
the 70th anniversary
so
of Disneyland.
much going on. Like they started the party at 3 a.m. with cast members, if you didn't know
Yes.
that.
They
But
did.
how cool
Cast
was
members
that?
only on Main Street.
They rang the New York Stock Exchange bell from Disneyland
From
Park.
Main
So
Street,
that
USA. Yeah.
happened at 6:30 a.m. their time, 9:30 East Coast time.
Yep.
Yeah, you get to see there's the brand new 70th anniversary cavalcade coming down the street. We had a lot of friends that were out there reporting. Some of them said that they ran into Imagineers, they ran into past animators, past ride creators,
Sure.
and apparently it was one of the most special days in the park history to be in there. So if you were there, congratulations. If you missed it, there's so much out there to learn about.
There was a lot that happened.
This time you missed going out there.
I did. I will say that I was in the park for the 50th. I was in the park for the 60th, and I did not make it for the 70th, but I do plan to visit for the celebration. Just didn't make it then.
Yeah, I got to make it out
Hi,
by
Lily. Thanks for joining us.
December.
Yeah, hopefully we could talk about that a bit. Some other things they did on the day as well. One is way, way, way overdue, and that is Lillian Disney finally has a window on Main Street, USA. So overdue, Greg.
The woman responsible for Mickey Mouse. Look, she doesn't get enough credit in Disney history for. Look, was she involved in the day-to-day park stuff? No, but you and I are both married and know what we do, and we talk to our wives and we run things by them, and they have the final say on a whole lot of stuff. So I don't think Lillian Disney gets enough credit where credit is due. She is the one who changed it from Mortimer Mouse to Mickey Mouse. There's not a lot of women on the window displays on Main Street at either park. So seeing another female representation on the parks, I think it speaks to history, and Disneyland's doing a good job, and putting up Lillian Disney's name up there is a start.
I absolutely love that. Another thing that premiered, we heard about at the expo last year, the Ultimate Fan event, is a Walt Disney animatronic has made its debut in the Opera House, and there is a brand new show featuring Walt Disney as an animatronic. That's
I was stumped one day when the little boy asked, "Do you draw Mickey Mouse?" And I had to admit I do not draw anymore. Well, then you think up all the jokes and ideas. No, I said, I don't do that. Finally, he looked at me and said, "Mr. Disney, just what do you do?" Well, I said, sometimes I think of myself as a little bee. I go from one area of the studio to another and gather pollen and sort of stimulate everybody.
In watching the little clip that Disney had shared, there are a lot of people that take the animatronic and zoom in on it and put it right next to a real picture of Walt and go, "Hey, is this the same? Is this?" It doesn't look exactly the same. But Greg, what I'm going to say are, number one, the mannerisms are spot on. They look wonderful as far as it's what you remember him leaning on the desk in Wonderful World of Disney and the show that on Friday nights. The sound is him. They lifted this audio from speeches that Walt made. They cut some things together, but you can't tell. And the way that you're going to witness this, like you had spoken about, Greg, you're going to be 20, 30, 40 feet away, and it looks great.
I think it looks great. I think it's a great tribute. If the family, look, they all approve of this. I think it's hardcore Disney fans that wanted to find something negative to talk about, so they talked that he did not look 100% legit. But it's a composite of many years of what Disney looks like. And I tell you, if I look at this, I would go, "That's Walt Disney." right?
Yes,
And that's
absolutely.
all that matters. And if you're in the theater and you're going to see either that or great moments with Lincoln, they like nothing for nothing. Lincoln doesn't look like Lincoln. You never heard, oh, that pirate doesn't look like a pirate.
Well,
Like
there's yeah, you're right.
you're using Lincoln's death mask. Like that's after he's dead. So of course that's not going to be what Lincoln looked like while he's walking around. But
So
I don't know. I'm
they
fine
are
with it.
showing the Walt Disney and then Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. So they're rotating back and forth between these two shows, correct?
They so Lincoln has not restarted yet. Right now they are just doing this show. It started off on virtual queue. They moved within 3 days to it coming off of virtual queue, and only when needed will they go to virtual queue. But yeah, people have been able to go in and watch this show and are really enjoying it. And really, what the nice thing is the pre-show, which I wish we had more time to talk about, was the pre-show is Baba Iger giving a speech over Once Upon a Dream. Once upon whatever it is, his show or the movie they put together for him.
Right.
And then the outside area is like a museum piece with the history of animatronics, the history of Disneyland Park. It's the history of Walt Disney himself. And I think Disney did a fabulous job. And I wish more people would discuss that aspect of things than saying he looks like Orville Redenbacher or whatever they're comparing him to.
Yeah, I haven't heard that comparison, but Lily, completely agree with you. It's perfect, but it's not perfect, but it's awesome, and that's the way we're looking at it. And I love it. I can't wait to see it. Holly, I hope to get there before Christmas too, or maybe for Christmas.
I think we're going out there for. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work. Okay. Also on the 70th, you and I spotted this in the what's coming on Disney Plus. Disneyland dropped, or let me say that differently. Disney Parks dropped Disney 70th Collection ride point of views for 17 attractions at Disneyland that you can watch today. They include roller coasters, classic attractions like Soarin' or Haunted Mansion, walks through Cars Land or Main Street USA. It's all there. It's all ready to go. I love it. I love the branding. Some of these things, there's no way anyone on YouTube could get the shots. Like Big Thunder Mountain, halfway back in a train car, mounted to the car with nobody else on the ride. Just amazing.
Right. Look, it's amazing to have this out there. I think they did such a great job with
it's Disneyland Resort 70th celebration.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I think they did really good with the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge walkthrough and Rise of the Resistance, that when they went back in to film these, some producer overthought everything. And they over edited and overdubbed music that you wouldn't hear when you were on the attraction. I'm going to nitpick a little bit, and they showed Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is a great point of view, except Tiana's animatronic did not work. And I'm like, how dare you put that up on Disney Plus for the world to see, and your main animatronic does not work? Come on, man. Somebody needed to think just a little bit more through this and go, let's keep this natural. Let's keep this well done. Let's not overproduce it. And it's not Disney's fault. It's some producer who thought they knew to do a better job. I think you said it perfect. The roller coasters are great. Walking down Main Street USA, when the horse walks by you, and the audio and that sound and the fire and the cars going by, like those sounds, I absolutely associate with Disneyland and Walt Disney World, and I love that thing. Just way overproduced for no reason.
I agree with you also in the fact that when you're doing a land, hearing the people. I mean, the video game that is the Disneyland Adventure, right? Where you're walking through Disneyland. You hear the people in the background, you hear background noise and the actual audio from the ride, not a dub over it of the original audio, which is cool. Right. But roller coasters are awesome. I like someone explaining what's happening in an attraction or what's going on or why this is there. That's kind of missing, but that's okay. That leaves room for people to make YouTube videos like I've done in the past about some of that stuff. So
right.
We'll move on.
Moving on. So Disneyland 70th had obviously what started here I'm not here, but what started in Bristol, Connecticut at the ESPN headquarters from Cameron Balloons was the Disneyland 70th balloon. This
Hot air balloon.
balloon
Yes.
traveled the country. It made stops in
Cool.
Texas, in Seattle. It went down to San Francisco. And then amazingly, on the 70th anniversary, where does it land, my friend? But in Tomorrowland, right at the hub, right by Astro Orbiter in Disneyland. At 3:30 a.m., they filled the balloon up. And at 4 a.m., when cast members walked into Disneyland, there was the hot air balloon in the middle of Disneyland.
That's
Like
cool.
that's and
cool.
like just sitting there lit up and beautiful. And it's the images that came out of that were fabulous. I
Yes.
think Cameron Balloons did a great job with this. We've been covering this since it took off back in May. So it was really nice to see that on the 70th, this hot air balloon landed at Disneyland itself. It's where
Absolutely.
it's home.
All
That's where
over
it
at
belongs.
Fantasyland, fantasylandnews.com. You had all that. Another thing they did, which I didn't see a lot of coverage of, but
Yeah.
inside of the Main Street Cinema, there is a tribute to the Sherman Brothers, which is so much that we share. I love that they lifted that. I don't have a lot of images of it, but what I do have is the lyrics to the final verse that Robert had introduced to the Disney company. So pretty cool that the new verse
We
is
have
in
that picture. I mean,
Small.
look, are we even talking about Small World today?
We are, yeah. I have Small World next because
I'll
I wanted
hold
to
off
talk
on
about the
Small
new
World
verse.
then.
No, well, right now it's a perfect
Okay.
segue because
Listen,
at
I want to talk about
Disneyland,
the last verse. So go ahead.
yes. So the Disneyland, It's a Small World, got the last verse added, and we talked last time that it's coming to Disney World as well. So this new verse was added to Walt Disney World. So that's our segue to that, Greg. Tell me what you learned because you
Yeah,
were there
somebody was
the
on
day
the
it started.
first boat out and had a boat to himself. So he was able to ride it a few times and hear the last verse. It is only in the finale scene when the world comes together. And so there's no more. You go through Small World and it shows different countries, obviously. So
Sure.
there's you go through England, you go through Germany, then you go through India, and you go through Israel for a second, you go through South America. So it's all these
Right.
different countries. In the finale scene, everybody comes together as one nation. Hence what It's a Small World's about, right? So they added the last verse into that, and it was so well done. A lot of times recently we want to just go, oh, well, Disney did that. How was it? It's fine. Like everything's just so fine. It's not bad. It's not over the top. This one was really well done. They
Good.
had the children's chorus singing the last verse. And
So,
it
Greg, it sounded
blends
like it was
so well.
always there, right?
It sounds like it's always there, and you can't really hear the edit, which is well done.
Yes.
And it sounds like a little bit of an updated version. Like it doesn't throw you off. It doesn't stand out. You have to be listening for it. I don't know how many other people in this world will get it, or how many people will understand that that is added onto it because that's how seamless it is. The only
That's
issue
good.
I have with the last verse is Disneyland is kind of tying the last verse into the Disneyland 70th anniversary.
Right.
And it's like, okay, first off, It's a Small World was not there for it to be 70 years old. The last verse in It's a Small World is a universal song that attraction is at all the parks. So I just wish it wasn't tied into the 70th. I wish it was its own thing. And Disney went more into it and took that a bit more seriously and more important.
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So, but it's beautiful. Come to Disney World. Go on It's a Small World. It's fabulous. I loved it.
Yeah, Lily says it'll be on
Better
her next trip for sure.
Then fine.
Better than fine. Speaking of better than fine, there's a new attraction poster at the front of the train station for Disney's Starlight Dream the Night Away. So the parade is here, Greg. Finally,
Yeah, let's talk attraction. Hey, how do you go into Magic Kingdom? Are you a left or right?
I usually go to the left, but I will say historically it was go to the right because that's where stroller rentals were when I rented a stroller way back
Right.
in the day. I
Yeah.
don't do that anymore, but usually
So that
up the left.
attraction poster is on the left-hand side, the first poster under the tunnel on your left-hand side as you walk in. It is just like all the other attraction posters that are down there and looks great, beautifully framed.
Awesome. So let's talk about some of the things that have been teased there. Hello, Wyoming. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome in from
Stephen.
Wyoming.
Absolutely. And then Lily, thank you very much. Headed down in September. That is great. Can't wait to see this. Let's talk about it, Greg, because there's so much happening here. I'm going to run a little B-roll behind you with no audio, but I want to hear what you have to say about Starlight. Number one, it goes the opposite direction, which you could tell here if you're versed in where
and that is brilliant that it goes to backwards or the
Okay.
opposite direction. It is fabulous that it goes that way because we got to see it the first night it premiered, which was a preview. We
Right.
went
Well,
back.
we should talk about that. Did you catch that it was going to be previewed, or were you just in the Magic Kingdom? Or this started Sunday, but it actually went Friday, Saturday, then Sunday, right?
Correct.
Nice.
Yes. No, I don't know how I found this out, Sam.
I understand. You happen to be there. Yes, I get it.
Yes. Both days just happened to be there. Yes. So it premiered on the Friday, and it did one showing at 9 p.m. Actually, it was 9:20 due to rain in the forecast. The next night we went back because I needed better images and I wanted to see it again and get a real feel for it.
Sure.
And we got to see it at 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. And we were able to watch Happily Ever After in between and go, I understand why they do 9 and 11 right now, because after 9 o'clock and people clear out a little bit, and then you have Happily Ever After and the crowd pulls out. And then the 11 o'clock show, by the time you're ready to leave, if you're in the front area, the ferries and the monorail are almost empty at that point for you to get on. And it really helps with the egress from that park.
I love it versus the entire park trying to leave as the parade's making its way.
Right. You get to the parade for Mickey's Very Merry or at Boo-to-You, and people are rushing towards the front trying to get their kids in bed and stuff like that.
Sure.
Let's talk about the parade itself. We have 8 floats. They are all beautiful and well lit. The characters are there. It's a nighttime parade at Disney's Magic Kingdom. It is magical. There are flaws, and there are some absolute flaws that stick out, and it's unfortunate. Does it make it the best parade Disney's done at the Magic Kingdom? Unfortunately, no. But does it fill a need that's been there for a long time of having a nighttime parade? Yes, 100%. It soaks up crowds. It's beautiful. There's no story. It's just floats. There's some interesting characters. There's some amazing technology into these floats, right?
Yes.
The audio, the lighting is so phenomenal, but that becomes distracting. It's so much technology and so much lighting that the characters get lost on the floats by having sticks of light for their faces, or being behind the technology, or the technology not being bright enough for you to see reveals and special things that happen. The saddest part of the whole thing is, and while I love this, and I want to make sure people know I love this. The Blue Fairy is my ultimate Disney character. I am so happy to see her come out and grant wishes and spread pixie dust all along the parade route. Like, it's magical. Seeing her is magical. But you get on the ferry at the end of the night, you don't remember the song. And I've seen this 5 times now, and I can't hum the song. Yet I can go and boom to you.
Sure,
You
sure.
know what I'm
Or
saying?
yeah,
Like,
I
there's
absolutely do.
just no
I know
there's
exactly
no
what you're saying.
heart and feel to it. It's just a conglomeration of very bright floats coming at you at the Magic Kingdom.
So, and it's interesting you say that. I can't wait to see this. I've not seen it yet. Um, I think a couple of things. Disney could have just given us the electrical parade again, and thank God they did not,
Thank
right?
God they did not.
We did not want that. We wanted Spectrum Magic back. I wanted Paint the Night. It looks like there's some elements in here from all of those
And
parades,
there
right?
absolutely is. In that last float, the new character Whimsy, who I really wanted to come on here and trash and say how much I hate that a train. No, he's good. He's great. It's beautiful. And he is basically playing
That is
the Main
Whimsy
Street
right there, by the way, who is
Electrical
the train.
Parade music as he goes down the parade route.
Is he? That is great. So
Yes,
there are 2 call outs here. One is Whimsy is the train, which is a callback to Main Street Electrical Parade.
right.
And the last float has Jiminy Cricket, which is a tribute to Spectro Magic because Jiminy Cricket ended that
Right.
parade.
And the trick about Jiminy Cricket, right, is because you're running the parade in reverse, people aren't
Yes.
following the parade down Main Street to head towards the exit. So a
Right.
lot of people miss Jiminy Cricket being on the back side of the last float.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes. So you're
That makes sense.
following him and he's disappearing and reappearing, and he'll go for a minute or 2 without showing up. Look, is this needed? Yes. Is this something that people are going to love? Absolutely. This is not something annual pass holders are going to love at all. It's unfortunate to
Okay.
say that, but this is made for, and look, that's Disney World in a nutshell. Like, it is made for the world to come in and vacation here and have a great time, and then they go
Yeah.
home, right? Annual pass holders are the only ones who are going to be coming night after night after night after night. And this parade's not made for them. This parade is made for an audience to come in and go, that's special. Because the first time you see it, you are blown away at how good this is.
I can't wait to experience that. These are some of your images that we're sharing now, and they are phenomenal. Even Whimsy, the train, just amazing. This looks great. I can't wait to experience it myself.
It's great to experience. We found many different spots to watch this from. We watched it from Town Square. We watched it from Frontierland. We watched it in front of the castle. There's no bad spot to watch this, and everything happens along the whole parade route, and it's fabulous to watch, and it's bright, and kids are gonna love this.
Sure.
I
And
just
that's
don't know, remember the song.
all right. Well, let's talk about the merchandise because I got to keep pushing us along. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Tell us about the merch because a lot of new things dropped.
Yeah, as my camera dies. I love that.
That's okay. Keep going.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to
You tell
start
me.
at,
You were there.
there is new t-shirts, there is new blanket throws, there are so many different things that you can buy. Hopefully my camera will come back on. Look,
You are back now. Yes, sir. What do you have there?
even we had to buy the new, and it's not showing up right. Like, it does light up. It does thing. This is an interactive. That's not Mickey giving you the middle finger. He's holding a wand.
The Mickey wand.
Even though when you hold it this way a little bit, it's like, whoa, Mickey, what are you doing with that index finger? And he's like, I'm number 1. It lights up. These are interactive.
It
with the
it should have
parade.
bubbles coming out of the end of it, Greg.
Oh,
I'm
it
assuming does
hold
not.
on. Let me bubble you.
It does have bubbles. Okay. Okay. You're gonna get in trouble. You keep doing that in the house.
No, my dogs don't care. Of course, now my computer is all bubbled up. Yeah, it tastes like Disney.
Okay, so it's take
Oh, it
a
landed on
bubble
my
one.
nose. I literally have a
What's the
bubble up
price
my
on
nose.
that? Do you recall?
Yeah, $39.
Okay.
But
Well,
and so interactive. It is absolutely interactive with the parade. It's interactive with the castle for Happily Ever After, and they're interactive together. So if you point it at somebody else's, and you can make them change colors on their wand, and
that's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, man.
That's cool.
Here's the popcorn bucket because Sam, you
Oh, yeah,
always,
we have that coming up, but a popcorn bucket, of course.
right. You always need. There's the Disney Starlight popcorn
Which is
bucket.
it's the Starlight version of the
Yep,
classic.
and then here you go. Here is the Disney Starlight annual pass holder pin.
Yep. So let me move forward one slide. We'll see that. And by the way, happy birthday out there.
Yeah,
Thanks for
happy
joining us.
birthday,
We
Caleb.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us on your birthday.
Absolutely. There's the Disney Starlight. So that's the pin you got. It's the
Yeah.
blue fairy with Mickey, Disney Starlight pass holder, part of the Disney Pins 25. I see
The bubbles on
t-shirts,
my
I see
eyeglasses.
Mickey ears, I see other pins, lots of merchandise, and there's your popcorn bucket.
Right.
They also had some food offerings. And by the way, I'm pushing you forward because we got so much to cover, dude. There were some food offerings.
Yeah,
What
where'd
do
you
we got
go?
there?
Where did I go? There we are.
You're still there. You're there, dude.
There. I lost
You're there.
you. There we
There
are.
we go. We're all here. There was some other food offerings too. Tell me about those.
Yeah. I mean, look, speaking of popcorn, there's the new popcorn mix. It is marshmallows, popcorn, white chocolate, gold stars. It's a lot. It is candified popcorn. And then of course your normal Mickey bars, your Mickey M&M covered candy apple.
Sure.
There's so much Disney Starlight stuff. The colors are fabulous, by the way. I love the
Yes.
blue with the purple and the pink.
I like those colors better than the 50th.
I love it.
I do. In watching these,
yeah,
it reminds me of the 50th anniversary colors, but I like them better. I just think they're cool.
a little bit. And yeah, I like the lighter blue that this one has.
Maybe that's it. It's different, just different enough. All right, let's go. We're talking about popcorn. We're talking about popcorn buckets. Let's go back a week because we missed last week, and let's talk about what you had to start with. The talking Mickey popcorn bucket from Disneyland's 70th anniversary has arrived at Walt Disney World.
By the way, that's Mickey doing it himself. So you're supposed to be able to say, "Hey, Mickey," and for some odd reason, he blinks, and he's staring into my soul right now, Sam. So,
and ours.
Mickey is
he moving his head on his own, or are you moving his head?
I am not moving his head. Mickey.
Okay.
Mickey.
Okay.
Yeah, he blinks his eyes, and
I
Mickey.
see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mickey stares into your soul.
And
if I had a regret in my life, let's just say, and I'm going to say this in all niceness, Mickey's not allowed to go into my bedroom. He has been banned and banished because we're worried that he may become alive and try and do something.
I understand. So let me ask you this: where is Mickey available? Is
Hollywood Studios, my friend.
And how much is he?
$45. He's
only at Hollywood Studios?
Only at Hollywood Studios.
That's interesting.
I question that myself, but I understand it. With Cool Kids Summer and all the other stuff going on over there, it was interesting that it's only at Hollywood Studios. It's really a cool popcorn bucket. Like at the end of the day, it's really cool. I mean, it's the classic Mickey Mouse colors, right? I associate this Mickey with Hollywood Studios. I remember the parade and the cavalcade and him coming down Main Street, and that's the colors he's in. Over at Main Street in Magic Kingdom, he's in different outfit. He's in different colors everywhere else.
Yeah, that's right.
So
what is the strap? It is not Disneyland 70th, right? They have
no. It is a Mickey Mouse strap, and it's dual color. It is both red and there you go, and it does have the Disney parks, so half yellow, half red.
Okay, so it's the one at Disneyland is the 70th anniversary, but very cool. Is this mobile order? Is this at any stand? Where
every popcorn stand that you, except for Batu, has Mickey Mouse.
Except for Batu. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Mickey's never gotten himself to Batu.
Yeah, and if you get a lot of them together, that's...
Greg, you just gave me one of the best transitions ever talking about Batu. Because that's exactly where we're going, because you ran into the BDX box droids have made an appearance at Walt Disney World in Galaxy's Edge. Tell me about these guys. We didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming. Mickey could be a lightsaber, yes.
See?
What are your
Um,
thoughts here, man?
I am so Sam, I heard about this and Disney did not announce that this was happening. It just
No.
happened.
Yes.
And we got pre-warning of about 35 minutes. And
Okay.
so I had to get in my car, get a reservation, drive over to Hollywood Studios, park, run all the way across the whole park, and make it
Sure.
just in time for the first showing at 12 p.m. Oh,
And look, you and I had been talking about this. The last we heard, these things were on set at the Mandalorian or in Hong Kong somewhere. We didn't even know
there
they were
is
recording.
now 6 of them or 7 of them, and they were in Hong Kong and they were in Disneyland Paris. There is a 3 of them that are on set filming The Mandalorian. This
Yeah.
is Red. I forget their names.
I forget their names, but are they
They're in
7
the
different
article.
ones, or are they just replicas of the 3?
No, these are the
ones?
real deal Holyfield. These are the BDX droids. These
Right,
are the
these
ones we saw.
at Expo.
Yeah, and look, I didn't need to stick around and hang out with these guys. I, at D23, was very lucky enough to
Oh, yeah.
spend
Absolutely.
35, 40 minutes on the ground physically playing with them with nobody else around me except me and the Imagineers.
That's cool.
And I will never forget that time I got with them. And
That's
so seeing them out here was awesome. And there's a cool little it's about a 10-minute long show, and it kind of
Okay.
shows off the technology of the BDX droids.
In
They
any
are going to be
schedule
here
or
at Walt
anything?
Disney. What?
No schedule? It's not in my Disney
Oh
experience?
no, there's a schedule.
There is,
It is.
okay.
It's like 10, 11, 12, off till 3, 3:45, and 4:30. There is 3 different places they'll either be under the Millennium Falcon,
Okay.
in front out back of the Droid Depot,
Okay.
or where the Mandalorian does his meet and greet. So one of those 3 spots, and it changes every time. So you don't know really which one it's going to be at.
Okay. Keep you guessing.
They're here till August 30th.
Great to know. They're till August
Oh,
30th.
and only Monday through Friday, by the way.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Monday through
Yeah.
Friday. That's when. Okay. You also learned something else that I had not seen before, and that is what happens if it starts to rain during a performance.
Yeah, I did not know what happens if it's going to rain, but Sam, I'm not kidding with how fast this show was. Like, you saw the smoke of the tires screeching to a halt, and I felt 1 drop. It wasn't it opened up. It was 1 drop of rain. That's how protective and how expensive these droids are.
Yeah, and they immediately had. I mean, I'd love to say it's a poncho, but come on, it's a trash bag.
They had trash bags. I watched them open up trash bags. They trashed the BDX droids. They used whatever they could to get them out of the rain. People came out of the woodworks. I was like, I didn't know there was a door there.
Right. And this isn't like walk them off stage. This is cover them up with a trash bag, pick them up, and
Let's
get them
go.
out of there.
Yes, get out of the weather. And they took them and ran. And I mean, again, you have to. This is some of the most advanced technology on droids and it's not like, oh, well, it's Disney type thing. No, this is massive in the droid community and the AI community. These are learning robots, and they're learning in front of people and around people.
Yes, this is there's a video over at Sam's Disney Diary where Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, talks about these robots and the fact that each of them have multiple NVIDIA H100 GPUs, which are over $100,000 each. And there's more than one in these. So, all right, let's move on, because not far from here, there's some construction walls in Toy Story Land right around the restroom, the cooties above the restroom. I've always loved that reference. What's happening in Toy Story Land?
It looks like we are getting a new snack stand that's going to be at the entrance from Batuu into Toy Story Land.
But in Toy Story Land, but right there, sort of across from the Buzz Lightyear,
where the sign was, the Toy Story Land sign was.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wonder if the sign's still back there. There was when you walked in from Batuu, you saw the sign.
Yeah. So, and it's right across from Alien Swirling Saucers and right at the bathroom. So yeah, I mean, we don't know have an opening timeline. Disney's doing some of this stuff really quick right now.
Keep us posted.
I
Please.
certainly will.
Speaking of construction walls, they continue to be put up around the rivers of America.
Boy, do they.
Lots of construction walls over there.
Yeah, like, I mean, Haunted Mansion all the way to where I'm standing right there at. The only thing open on Rivers of America now is that dock that you could walk on.
Okay. Everything else
the little boardwalk.
The little boardwalk,
covered.
right. Some things disappearing, like the Tom and Becky wall and some of those.
Tom Hart's Becky wall is gone. That is going to Disney Archives. They will be archived. All
That's
the
cool. I'm glad you say that. So some of the things disappearing first, the archives have gone over there and said, we want that, because they clearly took the section that said Tom, Hart, Becky, but they left the rest of it.
Huck's name was also on there. Right.
Yes,
so this is the painting of that, and it goes back to Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. We saw that with Muppet Courtyard, right?
Yes.
Disney Archives went in there first and said, we are going to make sure that this gets saved for perpetuity, and we're going to take care of it. And as soon as you close, it's ours. And they went in there and they made sure to take what was important off there. And it's a lot of stuff.
Good. Very happy to hear that.
Yeah. So walls, there's the bridge. Walls over the bridge.
Walls over the bridge. There you go.
Yeah.
You made your way into the new hat store, which finally opened. Yes.
Certainly did. It's a hat store.
Lots of hats. And then right next, this is the hat store in.
You know what they have for
Frontierland.
sale there, Sam? Besides hats? More hats.
Pins. More hats.
And hats.
Did they have pin merchandise?
And hat accessories. Did you know there's hat accessories?
Like straps? What pins?
Yeah, like straps, and they have pins for them, and little feathers you can put in your cap.
A feather in a cap, of course. Why not? I see some trader merchandise. I think we might have seen some of that before. I'm not sure.
Yes, the new thing is the Mickey Mouse.
The Mickey Mouse up on the top there. Yes, which I don't have a close-up of, but I do have a close-up of some new attraction poster statues. I don't know. How do you describe that?
That's perfectly how to describe attraction poster. And fortunately, they made it here, right? Seeing Storybook Land,
Autotopia and
seeing Monstro and stuff. For me and Holly, that is very important to our history. Seeing Prince Charming Carousel, Autopia. These are all Disneyland rides. It's all for the Disneyland 70th. So hopefully we can get our own here from Disney World.
Which would be really cool. Which is Starlight version for the poster that just got put out there. That'd be really cool.
Right.
All right, let's head over to Epcot, because at Epcot, Test Track is officially open to all guests. We've been through the annual pass previews. It's open to everybody. Any news coming from Test Track?
Yeah, it's open.
Okay, Test Track is open to everybody.
You know why I'm going light on talking about Test Track, right? You literally, it took 400 days. It was down for 400 days. I was there at 9 a.m. to watch the crowds, and for the attraction to go up to 170-minute wait time. I watched how they did the single rider thing. I watched all the Imagineers sitting out there high-fiving and being happy and stuff like that. And then Disney's like, we don't care. We're going to drop even bigger news on the same day.
Which they did, and we'll get to that in just a minute.
So Disney didn't care enough about it. Moving on.
I did glance at my Disney experience this morning, knowing that this was opened, and I did notice that its wait time was about the same as Guardians of the Galaxy. They were both driving long wait times. Soarin' was not very long.
What's a long wait time to you? What was the long wait time?
It was 85 minutes.
At what time?
When I looked, 10:30.
That seems odd and very long.
Okay.
Normally by 11 o'clock, it's down to 55 minutes.
Okay. So it does kind of, I think there's still, oh my God, it just opened. It's only been a few days, but all right.
Yeah. I mean, and it was open for 2 days prior to that, unannounced. It literally sat wide open for anybody to ride for the last few days.
Okay, I was not aware of that. So there you
Yeah, it
go.
was soft
I go-
open for a few days, and that's and look, we followed the crowd, and there's new signage that shows you where to go if you are rope dropping. They have great signs. Cast members now carry signs. It's like Frozen this way, Test Track Guardians this way, and then when you get to the split, it's like Guardians this way, Test Track that way.
Okay.
Really well done by Disney
Are they
all
is
around.
the same for Frozen, the same for
Yep.
Remy? Okay, good.
And speaking of over at Epcot, before we move on to El Donald,
Yes. El Doneo.
they literally had the scuba diver experience come back
Oh,
yesterday.
yes,
On
yes.
the same day Test Track opens, and could care less. They were like, "We're gonna drop bigger news."
And that's exactly what they did. So I did have you snapped an image of Donald Duck, who was back. He moved
Yeah.
for a little while. There were construction walls around.
He moved for a
next to
little
there.
while.
He
He went
they
to the States to find some work.
did they
Got deported
change
back to
the
Mexico.
queue, or did they do anything in there different, or they
Nothing.
just cleaned it up?
Nope, they just put Donald back. They were like, "Go back to Mexico.
Okay.
Enjoy
All
the
right,
Mayan
let's head on to
temple."
the big news. The
Inca
big
temple?
news,
Is it
big
Inca
news.
temple or Mayan temple?
Yes. Somebody
Think
will
it's
correct
Inca.
us. All right, let's jump to the new breaking news that just dropped yesterday. And this is the brand new, I don't want to say expansion, but refurb, redo over at Hollywood Studios. The Animation Courtyard Star Wars Launch Bay is getting an extreme makeover Disney Parks edition. We'll put it in.
This is beautiful. This is Disney listening to the hardcore fans and giving fan service to not only Disney park fans, but to MGM studio fans, to Walt
Sure.
Disney World fans, and to Disney animation fans across the world. I have not been this happy with an announcement in years. This is
It's pretty cool.
so perfect for how simplistic it is. It is so perfect Walt Disney World.
So we have some concept art, which we're looking at now. This is an aerial view of what used to be Launch Bay. Before that, it was the Animation Courtyard. And we're getting a lot of new things here. And Lily, completely agree with you. Love this new look, this new concept art. Give me some highlights that you see, Greg, not only from the press release, but from this image.
Let's just talk about a few things in this image alone. And you're going to bring up an image in a few minutes. But
I'll bring it up right now if you'd like.
Pluto's Corner.
Okay, talk about Pluto's Corner.
Let's talk about Pluto's Corner. There's hidden. Okay, let's start at the basics, right? The main thing we see in this image is the return of Sorcerer's Hat.
Yes.
And if you know anything about Walt Disney or Walt Disney Animation, especially, and the Roy O. Disney Animation building out at Disney Studios, right?
Yes.
That's the front of it. This is a nod directly to that building with a Sorcerer's Hat in front. If you remember the cartoon that came out last year called Once Upon a Studio, which turned into one of my all-time favorite shorts ever done by Disney.
It is good.
And I love it, and it's emotional, and it's beautiful, and it's so well done for the Disney 100th anniversary. We see this here. We see the Sorcerer's Hat. We see Pluto's Corner. What we don't see is the archway anymore, right?
That's the next image I have. So one of the things that's gone is the Hollywood Studios archway that leads back into the courtyard. That's reminiscent all the way back to the original Studios tour when Hollywood Studios was a half-day park. You got on a tram over to Epcot, and it took you here, and you did a studio tour. Then you took the tram back to Epcot. That harkens all the way back then. And
opening day, that
archway
has been there since opening day.
I'm happy to see it go. It's always like it just takes up room.
Just takes up room, and it takes away visually. It's not. And you can't project anything on it. It's just there.
Yes.
Let's talk about a little bit more things. What is this area called, Sam? This area is now called Walt Disney Studios.
Love it.
Perfect. There is a new playground that is going to be reminiscent of the old Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground. So they're bringing that back.
But
It'll
not
be
Honey,
all
I Shrunk the Kids. What is it?
Mary Blair inspired Alice in Wonderland playground with
Wonderful.
oversized mushrooms and
Wonderful.
different things like that, and a tea room. I'm sure we'll all be in there. Inside will be an animation experience where you're going to have museum pieces. You're going to be able to walk through and see this. The new sorcerer's hat that is returning is going to it's going to dance with light, and those lights are going to go throughout the whole new courtyard that you see there.
Awesome.
There's little things that are in this detail that we see. There's characters walking around. There's a new Central Park type area. There is Pluto, right? Now, if you are looking down from that original image, down in the bottom right-hand corner where the animation building is, which is where Disney Junior Dance and Play, which, by the way, is ending its run on September 24th, 2025.
Yep.
There's a little corner called Pluto's Corner. If you know the history of Disney, you know Pluto's Corner is a real place out at the animation studios in California. And it is where Mickey Avenue is. That's Pluto's Corner. We are getting a Pluto's Corner here at Disney World. Like, this is bringing all these worlds together in only a way that Disney could. Like, oh, Test Track opens? Yeah, but wait till you see Pluto's Corner. Like, and you know what? Yeah, Pluto's Corner's got me, man.
I love it.
Do we know everything perfectly? No, we know that the Little Mermaid Ariel will be playing while they do this. This is coming in 2026. I would imagine late 2026. This is not an easy fix, but also this is not going. They don't need to redo buildings. They don't need to redo a whole bunch of stuff. They don't need to put in.
What I'm wondering about when you read some of the things they're talking about, and the buildings all look the same. They're talking about this playground that's Mary Blair inspired. Where are they putting this thing? Is it that there's a tiny little courtyard that was in the back there, if you remember?
Right.
It's got to be bigger than that. Is there other areas that are going to get opened up? Are there other things in the back of the studios that are going to be gone, right? There's lots of buildings in the back, but it doesn't look like the existing launch bay building is changing. It looks like the building that houses the theater, where if you remember for a while there was a Star Wars movie in there, and before that, that's where you watched Off to Neverland, which was with Walter Cronkite and Robin Williams. That's still there. So there's lots of things that can happen here. I can't wait to see it.
There's
a
lot
of greenery that Lily pointed out in the center. Love that.
I can tell you, this was on no one's bingo card. Like, no one knew. No one thought about this. No one had an inkling that this was going to happen. No one knew this. This was the best kept secret. Kind of like Starlight premiering 2 nights early, which was the perfect Disney secret that no one knew about.
I will say was there. Launch Bay would be going away. I mean, Launch Bay
needed to go away. There's no reason to have Star Wars in
Launch
3
Bay
different
was a temporary thing while they built Galaxy's Edge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but by the way, one of the things I mentioned to you, when you close Launch Bay, that means you just closed a Darth Vader, a BB-8, and a Chewie meet and greet.
Right.
What are you going to do with those? Because I know the Vader meet and greet is very popular.
You're going to send them over to Tatooine.
You're going to send them to
Endor,
not into Galaxy's Edge, if you're going to keep the timeline of Galaxy's Edge.
Your timeline of Galaxy's Edge, I think you and I discussed earlier, and we don't have a lot of time to go through it, is not the timeline that it is now. It's going to be shifting to Mandalorian timeline.
Well,
but that's neither here nor there right now.
Well, if the BDX droids being in Galaxy's Edge, those BDX droids are going to be featured in the new movie they're working on. We know that.
Right.
We've seen that.
And BB-8 can go over to Galaxy's Edge?
Sure. Well, he's already there. He's back in Poe Dameron's ship. So I get it. That's why he's not out, because he's already in there waiting to take you to the Resistance base, which ends up being.
So the main one, and Chewbacca's out at Galaxy's Edge. So the main one is Darth Vader. Could you put him back over on the other side of the park? You could. I don't see. I mean, look, you're going to have to come up with a storyline or something. Yeah. I mean, or you're going to move Olaf and maybe put him back in there. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
We have lots to talk about when it comes to changes at Hollywood Studios. But I gotta say, Greg, one of the things I thought, if you go back, let's say you went back like 6 years and
right.
someone showed you the bingo card that you talked about of what Hollywood Studios would look like. And they had, Muppets was gone, and you had Monsters over there, and you had this over on the other side, and you had all these things changing and changes in Toy Story. You'd look at it and go, there's no way this is all going to happen. But somewhere somebody has that 10-year vision of Hollywood Studios, and we're just learning about it one little piece at a time.
Yeah.
Right?
That map is going to look so different. And
It is
some of
in
it
all the
is,
parks.
and it's great. Look, you need to do that. You need to bring in new families and new kids, and all of us old grumpy people are slowly going to be removed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. It's progress. This is how things go. Look, I'm all about Walt Disney Studios. I am all about this, how the park is changing right now. I get it. Look, am I a Muppets fan? Bigger than a lot of people know. Am I sad? Yes, but do I think something is going to come of it? Yeah, I do. I think Monsters Inc., though, is well past due at a park like this, and not just some silly ride in Disneyland or a meet and greet at Disney World that you in Pixar Courtyard. A lot of this stuff is well needed. And yeah, it's so cool. Hey, what did I want to? Oh, I wanted to talk about two other things. Do we have anything else?
Yes. We had a rapid fire news roundup, but if you got a couple things, go for it.
Yeah. So, Sam, tickets, Disney, Jollywood Nights are now on sale for every guest, and
Awesome.
Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party tickets are on sale for every guest.
Cool.
Let's go to Jollywood Nights. If you have an annual pass holder, the cheapest night is $159, while the most expensive night is $189. If you don't have an annual pass, $169 is the cheapest, $199 for Christmas. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and I know people are going to hate on this one. The cheapest night is $149. The most expensive night, my friend, $229.
Okay, there you go.
So tickets are now on sale for both of the parties down here. Sam, we have opening night for Jollywood Nights, and I have to budget for Mickey's Very because that's how expensive it is.
All right, though, that is the newer news. I have a news roundup because I knew we were going to run low on time. So much to talk about. We're going to get back to and talk in more detail about all those things. But here's our rapid fire news for the night. Beauty and the Beast North American Tour opened in Chicago. Zombies.
Awesome. We've read about that for a while. New cast. Updated dresses, updated lighting, updated some visuals. It looks fabulous.
Zombies 4 is now on Disney Plus.
That certainly happened.
Shark Week Entertainment is now on Disney Plus.
I'm not going in the water.
A new show, What You Need to Know, is premiering on Disney Plus. That's from ABC News. That's going to be
that is in the mornings live every day. Yeah.
Is it every day or every weekday? I don't remember.
I think it's weekday, Monday through Friday.
Okay. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. The new season is back.
Yeah, with Disney new Plus. Rooms. Duffy the Bear is on some episodes. Yeah. Mickey Mouse is back.
I need to watch some of that. I'm waiting for my granddaughter to come over, and that's when I'll do that. Not that I need to, because I'm fine watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on my own.
I'm a grown man. I'll do what I want.
135 Emmy nominations for the Disney company. That's kind of cool. They're rolling right along.
And most of it can go to the Bear and all the other shows on Hulu, not Disney Plus.
Although Andor got a few. That was kind of
Andor got 14, let's be real. And it was really well done. But it was a lot of technical stuff, not so much for acting.
Got it. Dole Whip Day was July the 17th, which was the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. I knew that Dole Whip Day was a thing. I did not know it was July the 17th, the day of Disneyland. Dole Whip was not an opening day offering at Disneyland. Let's be clear. Right. It started at Disney World.
But Dole sends me their press releases all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Weird. And a Peach Dole Whip is now available at Disneyland. I think that's a limited time offering. And by the way, there's all types of flavors of Dole Whip that aren't just at Disneyland. They're all over the place. But anyway,
Yeah.
2 new trailers have dropped. Hoppers from Pixar and Tron.
You mean
Ares
Avatar
dropped
with
the new-
animation?
I have heard it described as that, Hoppers. Interesting how quickly after Ilio that they got this trailer out to kind of wash that taste away. That's okay. Tron Ares trailer and music from 9 Inch Nails, which I thought was phenomenal.
My gosh. Not
Wow.
only that, but 9 Inch Nails dropped a few singles from it, and it
Yes.
sounds like Trent Reznor's back. Come on. That
It was
don't
great.
even get
I
me
agree.
started on Tron Ares. That looked amazing. Jared Leto, yes, sir. You can, and then you saw what's his name came back as Flynn said, and the whole thing and the red
looks
and
great.
blue. Okay, moving on.
Dude, I just heard the music and I thought that was awesome. All right, Descendants and Zombies concert tour has kicked off.
It did.
And lastly, Fantastic Four opens this weekend. I think you're headed there. The D23 event, did that already happen or is it going to happen or what's
5 p.m. tomorrow? I have a busy day tomorrow, my friend. I don't know how I'm going to do it all, but somehow I'm going to do it all. I know we go to the 5 p.m. showing tomorrow. Sam, the only thing I want out of this whole thing is for it to be a good movie and to find the new Herbie and Galactus popcorn buckets. There's very limited
I have some
supplies.
info on that coming up. Yes. So, all right, let's keep going. I did want to point out over at Sam's Disney Diary, you can find lots of historic
Yeah, you
Disneyland
can.
anniversary videos, like the 25th, the 40th, the 60th. The one of them had a very young Ryan Seacrest, which was DL45, which was in 2000, the 45th. Let's get back to your popcorn bucket because yes, tell me about this world record popcorn bucket for Fantastic.
Dude, this came out of nowhere. And you know what? It's well deserved. The Guinness Book of World Records has proclaimed that the Galactus popcorn bucket is officially the largest popcorn container ever sold to the general public at a movie theater. 361 ounces. It is 2 feet by a foot and a half. It is massive. By the way, $79.99, but it also comes, just so we're aware, at Cinemark and a few other places, $79.99 comes with a large popcorn, a large soda, and a candy. The Herbie popcorn bucket container also is a drink holder and a candy holder. Comes with large popcorn, large drink, and candy. Another $79.99 one. These popcorn buckets are getting massive and good for look. I got a spot right up here, and I'll start panning my camera for Galactus. And you know what? This camera is going to be a whole lot higher next week. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hopefully you can get your hands on one. It seems crazy. All right, let's wrap up. Which, by the way, rapid fire news I had to do because I had to keep us on time. Otherwise, we'd still be talking. Let's get to the Muppet magnets because we missed last week. Last week was Beauregard.
Beauregard, the janitor of the Muppet Theater.
Yeah, I remember the janitor well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was magnet number 47. Move on to 48, and we got...
Hey, everybody move out of the way. Johnny Fiamma's coming through. It's Johnny Fiamma. Don't talk about Johnny Fiamma's grandma.
Dude, I had to get a clip because I just think he's awesome.
It's Johnny Fiamma. I love Johnny Fiamma and Sal.
Ready in progress.
And I tell you, I can't believe the hits I'm taking in the newspapers these days. I mean, the critics are accusing me of ripping off David Letterman. Well, what kind of garbage is that? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, look, before we get to the stupid Muppet tricks, let's do a little thing we call Sal on the street. Sal, can you hear me?
Yeah, Johnny. This headset's working real good.
Now, Sal,
we can't go
it's
through
Johnny
it all.
Fiamma walking
good.
through.
Sal.
I love this. I'm so happy that Johnny Fiamma and Sal are together.
They're together, yeah.
He's been on forever. He's the stereotypical Italian Frank Sinatra.
Yes, absolutely. He sings. He does everything. It was good stuff. The magnets were getting small. They're getting I spent some time while we weren't around last week.
That was great.
I laid out how it's going to work, and this is how we're going to get through all 70 of these things.
It looks like my fridge right now. We have to
yeah,
keep
do you have
moving them
room
around to get
for
them
the
all
rest
on
of
there.
them to
I will
come?
have a
They're
fridge that'll be for sale soon for a few $1,000s. That's
7,
not
14,
worth it.
21, 22 more of these things to go. You got to find room for them.
Yep.
I still love ending with the Rivers of America. We're going to keep showing that, and we'll be back next week, right?
Well, we will certainly be back next week, Sam. Yeah, join me tomorrow. I will be at Michael Mina's brand new steakhouse opening up where Shula's was at Walt Disney World,
Yes.
Swan and Dolphin,
Very
place
cool.
called Bourbon Steak. So follow along on social media. We're going to be going to Fantastic Four tomorrow night. So follow along on social media. We'll have articles. We will have all that. Lots of news coming out, Sam. You and I will be here as we always are. You can always get Sam at samsdisneydiary.com, Sam's Disney Daily on Instagram, and of course, hopefully you're watching on Facebook or on Facebook or YouTube at Sam's Disney Diary. You can give me a fantasylandnews.com, Fantasyland News blog on Instagram, or right here on YouTube. Thanks. Oh,
Kongaloosh. Yeah.
end of line.
Yeah, you got Tron coming. You got to end
I
with
do,
that.
man. I'm still hyped about Tron.
Kongaloosh. See you next week. Thanks for joining.